Hi everyone, my name is Olivia Webb and I am from Wyckoff, New Jersey, which is the northern side of New Jersey, which is about 20 to 30 minutes outside of New York City, which I know everyone from northern New Jersey says that in relation to the city. So I lived with my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, and my dog. My dog's name is Chloe and she's a Wheaten Terrier. And then my brother, his name is Alex, he will be 21 in April and he lives in South Carolina and goes to Clemson. And then my sister is younger, she's 13, so she's in 8th grade, and she plays volleyball, and she's super, super tall. Some of my hobbies are CrossFit, exercise in general, but specifically super interested and love CrossFit. Love nutrition, super important, I think, part of life. Other than fitness and nutrition and dietetics, I'm super into hiking, hanging out with my friends. I love coffee, especially Americanos. Super basic stuff like that. One of the reasons I love CrossFit and care about nutrition so much is because I just think it, for me especially, has opened so many doors. For example, like I go to a CrossFit box back home, which is like what a CrossFit gym is called. And through that, I've just learned so many things and I've met so many great people. And also being at Liberty, doing CrossFit and being involved and I'm interested in that has helped me make so many friends and meet people. And I just think it's super important to surround yourself with people who think the same as you and have the same interests. It's just, I think that's super awesome. So right now I am a public health preclinical major with a minor in strength and conditioning, and this is my second semester at Liberty. I'm a freshman. So my current job, I'm currently a full-time student, but over the summer I work at a nursing home, volunteer actually, sometimes, and so that consists of taking elderly people to their meals, making sure they're getting their medication, making sure that they are getting dressed, getting up for the day, brushing their teeth, just like super basic things that as you get older and you start to lose your memory, aren't like things that we look at as, okay, that's like stupid and that's super simple and easy, that becomes super difficult for people as they get older, because most of the people that I am taking care of do struggle with dementia, Alzheimer's, stuff like that. So my future plans, so after my 4 years of undergrad at Liberty, I plan on graduating and doing 2 more years of college in order to get my master's. I would love to do that closer to home so that I can also be working while I'm doing that. Hopefully I'll be working with something in the healthcare field while I'm still going to school. After that, I plan on becoming a certified dietitian, and I would love to work in a hospital, not only with people just who are struggling with being overweight or underweight or eating disorders, but also people who have like other health issues disregarding weight. Super interested in all that, and I find it so cool that like something so small can affect your life in such a big way. Like eating, there's some, like, people think that they can cut the corners and like, oh, my exercise can outwork the poor diet, but in reality, like, that's gonna catch up to you and it could cause major health issues in the future. So what I would like to learn in this class is how to public speak without getting super nervous and intimidated. I like to think of myself as pretty good at talking to people and holding a conversation, but at the same time, when it comes to like standing up in front of a big group of people, I tend to get super nervous and say and like a lot, like exactly. I feel like a lot of people do. So that's what I would like to learn from this class. My life-changing story actually happened to me when I was in 7th grade. So my mom, her whole life has struggled, basically her whole life, has struggled with GI issues, which means gastrointestinal. So when I was in 7th grade, she wasn't feeling well. She went to a hospital near us in New Jersey, which the hospitals by me are super good, but obviously the ones that are in New York City are a little better. So my mom went to a hospital super close to home, got looked at and everything, and the doctor actually told her, you need to get your fallopian tubes removed, which was not like shocking to us, but it was just because we thought it would be related to something with her GI tract. but it was more a reproductive thing. So a couple days later, she goes in, gets the surgery. It's supposed to be a 1-day surgery, so she goes in, gets the surgery, goes home, and obviously like a few days in bed to recover, but it was, other than that, it was supposed to be like super simple, no problem surgery. A couple days later, she's not feeling well, and I just remember her skin is looking super gray, and she's not looking right. So basically, my mom's the type of person that never wants to go to the doctor, doesn't want to see anybody, always thinks she's completely fine. So eventually my dad was like, look, you have to go back and see what's going on because something isn't right, like you don't look right. So she goes back, she goes to a hospital in the city to get looked at and also a second opinion if there was something wrong or something was done wrong. And we later then came to find out that there was nothing ever wrong with the fallopian tubes. They never needed to be removed. It was something completely different, which was a GI issue. And basically, a huge mistake was made. So because of the issues and what went wrong in the first surgery, she actually was in the ICU for a month. She was in the hospital total for like a month and a half, ICU for about a month. She went into sepsis shock and almost did not make it, but she's still here today. But that whole situation just taught me that nothing is guaranteed in this world, and so you don't want to take anything for granted or be selfish. Like, no one owes you anything. Like, tomorrow any of us could be it. So you want to like really appreciate and savor the moments that you have with the people that you love and never take it for granted. That's like one thing that I always like to tell myself. Like, if I'm ever at like a family event or something and I'm like, wow, this is so boring, I want to go home, I think about like, I might not have this same opportunity in 5-6 years with my grandparents, with my parent, anybody. So you don't want to take those moments for granted. And another thing that I also learned is about, so in order for my mom to recover and get better, so they said recovery would be about a year. She was pretty perfect within 6 months, which was such a blessing from God and just amazing. But they put her on the specific carbohydrate diet after, which basically restricts sugars, starches, dairy, things like that. And it's been 3 years she's been on this diet now, and it has literally changed her life. Like, her GI tract she's just doing so much better, and it's just crazy to me how like such a small tweak in your life, like your diet, could completely change your health. So that's like one reason why I'm super, super interested in becoming a dietitian, because I've seen how much it can change people's lives and how important it is. And again, like I said before, it's one of those things that people think that they can disregard and they can get by with ignoring it for as long as they can. But in reality, it's going to catch up to you one way or another, and eventually. So I just think it's super important to get out there and let people be aware of the foods they're putting into their body and what it's doing and how it's affecting everything. For me, at least, I grew up lucky enough with parents who also care about their health a lot and like eating and stuff like that. So I like feel like they have taught me a lot of things. But I know there's so many people, even from meeting people at school, like they have no idea like of the foods they're eating just because they've never been taught that. Like, it's just honestly a way that they were brought up. They just aren't aware. So that's a reason why I really want to become a dietitian. And that's my life-changing story that has taught me a lot and also influenced me to be interested in the things that I want to do. Thank you for listening, and I hope you guys all have a good rest of your day.